There were some elections last night, mostly primaries, and we'll talk about those later. But an incredible, if you haven't been paying attention, result from last night is that Kansas voters, deep, dark, red Kansas voters, have voted to keep abortion legal in the state of Kansas. And the reason I say if you haven't been paying attention, it would be shocking, is that we know from public opinion polls that now there is more support for abortion being legal in most cases in the United States than at any point since the start of the Roe v. Wade era. And so when the Supreme Court a few weeks ago overturned Roe v. Wade, 9 people voted and 6 of them decided to overturn Roe v. Wade. It is not representative or reflective of the will of the people of the United States. We now are seeing the proof of that in this vote from Kansas. The Associated Press reporting Kansas voters resoundingly protect their access to abortion. Reading, Kansas voters sent a resounding message about their desire to protect abortion rights, rejecting a ballot measure in a conservative state with deep ties to the anti-abortion movement that would have allowed the Republican-controlled legislature to tighten restrictions or ban abortion outright. This was the first test of voter sentiment after the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in June, which overturned the constitutional right to an abortion, providing an unexpected result with potential implications for the coming midterm elections. The implications here are numerous. First and foremost, the vote, by 20 points, the vote was to reject the amendment, which would have allowed anything up to making abortion illegal. So a 20-point victory for the pro-choice side in the deep, dark red state of Kansas. Now, we've known for some time that Americans generally want abortion to be legal. Now, I know there are many people who desperately want abortion to be illegal, but consider the circumstances in the United States. Over time, the country has become more and more in favor of legal abortion in most cases, and the country has become less and less religious. And we know that one of the main groups that is against abortion is those who are religious of a very particular kind. We're talking about evangelical Christians, we're talking about conservative Catholics, etc. That group has shrunk over time. There has been shrinkage, and we have seen support for abortion increase. Now, there are non-religious people who are also against abortion. No problem. But the main opposition to abortion in the United States is religiously based. So these are not surprising numbers. The connection to the November midterms that's being made here is a very, very important one. Tomorrow, assuming everything goes right, things get a little crazy sometimes for Rachel Bitecofer, and sometimes interviews get rescheduled. But I'm scheduled to speak with political scientist Rachel Bitecofer tomorrow. The signs are increasingly pointing to this year abortion rights and gun safety being good issues for Democrats to run on. Typically, running on abortion rights and gun safety regulations is not good for Democrats. If anything, it doesn't do anything to activate Democrats, but it does a lot to activate Republicans to come out and vote against whoever is supporting abortion rights and supporting gun safety regulations. The polling we've seen so far already suggested this year those might be winning issues for Democrats. The results in Kansas further suggest that that indeed might be the case. Now, you should be prepared, and it's already happening, for anti-choice advocates, right-wingers, kooky reactionaries, all the normal people that you would expect, to come out and say that the reason this vote went the way it did in Kansas is for something other than people just generally want abortion to be available in most cases. Doesn't mean you have to get one or anybody in particular has to get one, but it's available as an option for you and your doctors to determine is the right one for you. And they are already going out of their way to say this was about other things. And I'm not going to plague you with these examples, but here's one from Fox News where they made it out to be basically the pro-choice people bought these results by spending a whole bunch of money it's not reflective of the actual perspective on abortion in the United States. Here's one example.
Kansas referendum is very interesting. I do think that pro-lifers should understand that so much money was spent by hardcore abortion supporters to make sure that that amendment failed. It also was a pretty, there was a lot that was packaged there, and I think that usually pro-life initiatives do much better when they're incremental. And so it's a reminder also that as Roe v. Wade was overturned and abortion law and policy is returned to the states where people get to weigh in, there's a lot of work to be done for people who want to protect women and children from the scourge of abortion, or people who want to make sure that it is enshrined in law. So there's a lot more to be done there, and we'll see a lot more in the years to come.
So that's Molly Hemingway from The Federalist, and she's actually completely wrong. It is not about any of those things. People are less religious than ever. People are more in favor of abortion being legal in most cases than ever. The primary opposition to abortion is on religious grounds, and they are just out of step with the will of the American people. That's what's going on. And listen, it's Kansas. If Kansas is deep down actually against abortion being legal, you're not going to be able to spend your way to a victory the way that she's suggesting the pro-choice movement would be able to do. There are people who want low taxes, low regulation, to the extent that they even, I mean, listen, I'm being charitable, to the extent they even know what these things mean. You can be for low taxes and low regulation and, you know, not teaching transgender in schools, even, whatever that means, but still have come around on the fact that abortion should probably be legal in most cases. And that's what's going on. So tomorrow, we'll talk to Rachel Bitecofer and get her thoughts about what this potentially means for the November election. One of our sponsors today is Helix Sleep, and it's a sponsor I'm thrilled about because I sleep on a Helix mattress at home, and it's just the perfect mattress. One of the best things about Helix is you don't have to guess which mattress do I need, which one will be good for me. You take their famous sleep quiz on their website. You tell them your body type, your sleeping position, your back pain issues you might have, and they will pair you with a mattress that will be perfect for you. I took the sleep quiz. The mattress they suggested was exactly what I needed. I often get too hot at night. The mattress keeps me cool. It's not too soft. It's not too firm. The texture is right. And I've just been getting way better sleep. You only buy a mattress every decade or so. Don't get stuck with something that's not perfect for you. And all Helix mattresses come with a 10-year warranty, and they'll even come to your house and pick it up within 100 days if you don't love it. But I think you will. For a limited time, Helix is offering up to $350 off all mattress orders, plus 2 free pillows at helixsleep.com/Pacman. It's the biggest discount they've ever offered. The link is down below.